Hey, what up, everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is EverQuest P99. And today we are on the green server on the level 28 Enchanter. Really close to 29. This was kind of an impromptu recording. I wasn't going to record it because we didn't know exactly what we were going to do. We were just going to play the game and get some experience, try to get to level 29 so I can get clarity. Trey trying to get to level 28, I'm pretty sure, on his Ranger. Start weekly play session. Wasn't expecting to record unless something happened, and something did happen. We went from Mistmore, we went, to sell and everything. I went and picked up Clarity and Og just in case, because I'm pretty close. I'm like less than 2 bubbles away, and I said, hey, let's try Unrest, man. I haven't got to record the fireplace yet, so let's go see if maybe we can get into a fireplace group in Unrest, or find something else to do. Maybe we can go to the roof and find us a little camp. Maybe we can find our own little thing in there somewhere, just our own little pocket of Unrest to do. But yeah, we're back in Unrest, but we're in the basement hunting down ghosts, man. Hunting ghosts. We got the ghost, the dwarf ghost. We're deep in the basement right now with the dark terrors. Um, so yeah, we're in the hallway where you go through like the false wall, the invisible wall, and you go back into the hallway towards the ghost, towards like the mortuary fungus and that fake lava pit. We're back there, and look how close I am to my level. I'm super close. Um, I didn't record the beginning of this because I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't in the mind frame of recording. I was just getting something going. I wanted to see if we could make something happen. And then if it was just something y'all have seen before, I wasn't going to record it. But it ended up being something you haven't seen before. So let's go. But yeah, what had happened was we went into the zone. We started camp checking. And we can't do main room. Main room is too low level. It would have not given us any experience. And fireplace was camped, and it was a full group. So we IVU'd up, invisibility versus undead, and we started just looking around. We were gonna see like, could we find something, anything in Unrest, like something we haven't done before, of course. So no yard trash, no gazebo, no main room, something upstairs or in the basement or on the roof. And yeah, we ended up heading. We went all around the upstairs. We saw the full group and fireplace. We went to the Hag Tower. The Hag Tower was too high level. There was, the hags were like yellow at 28, so didn't want to mess with that. Plus, the fireplace group was pretty close by. So, last thing I checked was the basement. So, if you don't know where the basement is, if you're in the main room, you go in one of the doors nearby. It's either a door or like an open, like it's a doorway. It's either, I don't know if you have to like open a door, but there's like a doorway. You go in and there's like a fake like bookcase. You click on the bookcase and it acts as a door, and then you go down to the basement. I've shown it before. I had my Necro run through all of Unrest before. If you haven't seen that, just checking out everything, and I could if you go watch that one, you can see how to get to the basement. But yeah, we're pretty close to the entrance right here now. This is like the main area where you usually camp. Usually camp, I would say, right on top of the stairs I'm looking at right there. So the hallway to the right, if we go up those stairs right there, to the right is a hallway that leads back to the main room. So there's a couple mobs like as you enter the basement, a couple skeletons, nothing too crazy. So that's what I was thinking. I was like, hey, we're gonna go in this basement. Maybe we can kill like a couple things at the very beginning of the basement potentially. But there was a necro there. This is how the last two videos have been made. Is all because of a higher level necro, like soloing. Last video we did the graveyard in Mistmore because of a necro that was soloing at the castle entrance and just linking up with him. And like, this time, which turned into the graveyard, this time there was a necro soloing the basement in Unrest. And I said, hey, you mind having a couple people tag along with you? I'm an enchanter, by the way. I got my ranger friend with me. You mind if we tag along? He said, sure. I only got like 15 minutes, but we can go ahead and, see what we can do. So we worked our way down. We started doing this area, then we made it through the wall, and that's where you saw us start. So now we're back into this area. I guess we cleared out the dwarf area, the lava pit, the mortuary fungus, the dwarf area. So now we're back here. And I don't have a pet at the moment, but the Necro was very nice at helping me get a pet. I think I'm getting one right now. So charming it, bang, got it. A barbed bone skeleton as my pet. But yeah, this is the main room. Something spawns like in each one of those little nooks. Usually like a festering hag or a werewolf. And the invisible wall's right there. I was trying to figure out like where, because we had to follow him around. So I was trying to keep up with him. Now this is more towards the dwarf. There's the fake lava pit. If you didn't know, if you've never been in the basement, that lava pit, you're supposed to go in it. If you try to go around it, you'll fall into a pit. It's like a trick. So make sure you go into the lava. It doesn't hurt you or anything. It's fake lava. It's just there to make you think you should go around it, and then you'll fall into a pit. Hope it's not too dark. Like I said, I wasn't trying to record this. It just happened. I'm a troll right now because we just had like a crazy fight, and I was low on HP, so I decided to regen a bit. And bang, y'all got to see the ding on video. That's great. So I just dinged level 29. That means clarity. That means augmentation. I love it. That's what I was hoping for. Cool. I've said this a billion times, so I know if you've been watching me for a long time. When you're right around that level, you know what happens. Everything goes wrong. It feels like the enemies are just out to get you. Whether you're just about to level, you can barely see any white and you're just about to level. Whether it's that or you just leveled, and if you die, you're going to go back. I feel like the worst things happen. Like the enemies just know. It's like in the air. For some reason, they just make everything worse for you. I got the Barbone Skeleton as my pet. I'm doing better at like recharming. I've been casting stuns more, and that's one thing you should do as an enchanter. Definitely have a stun on your bar. Stun or two. I've learned that it's an AoE, like from my person, so I have to get close to the mob to do it. I can't just shoot a stun from far away. I have to be up close. What am I doing here? Okay, I'm doing, did I do breeze there? No, it's clarity. Okay. I'm giving everybody clarity right now, which is good. On my bar, I got root, I got charm, I got slow, I got my direct damage, I got clarity, I got my stun, I got Tashani, and I got a Mez, I think Enthrall. That's basically all I was using. I would switch the one spot out, the clarity for augmentation, for resist magic, for major shielding, for rune 2. I'd use one spot as like a buffing spot, but the rest of them pretty much stayed the same. But pet's still going. I didn't really have any weapons to give him. My pet was dying a little bit down here because everything was close to my level. It was hard to get a pet that would stick for a long time. And the things down here hit hard, and like there was only 3 of us, so sometimes like my pet would die because it just had to. It wasn't the best thing ever. Like I would love to go invisible and kill my pet so we can get the experience, but it happened like 2 or 3 times before I got an actual pet that I was, super in control of. I would charm something, and then it would end up dying like 5 minutes later or less. But here's the big fight. We got like 3 of them coming with 2 pets. The Necro was charming too. Trey dinged 28, I think, so he's a 28 Ranger. I just dinged 29, as you saw, so I'm a 29 Enchanter. And the Necro he was pretty high level. I don't remember. I always say the wrong thing, but I think he was like 39 or something, like 38, 37. He was pretty high up there. So he was really the catalyst for us doing this at all. Like, if he wasn't down here, there's no freaking way that we were gonna do this. There's no way we were gonna ding. The fireplace was full, and that's happened 2 times in a row. So thank your necros. I have a 60 necro myself, as most of y'all know, and yeah, necros really make it happen. If you can't find a group, go find yourself a necro and just see if they'll let you tag along with them. But yeah, there's so much here. We got a mortuary fungus. We got a dark terror. There was a festering hag. Hag I think we just killed. And I thought this battle went a little bit awry. Can't remember how it happens. I know my pet breaks, and that kind of starts to where I can't mez as good. Like he's calling for me to mez stuff. He says, "Can you mez fungus?" And I go to do it. I'm already casting a spell first of all, which I cast on the fungus, and then my pet broke. So I wish I could have mezzed that fungus. I wish I would have casted mez instead of the direct damage, but as he said it, I was already blasting it. I thought we were going to kill the fungus first, because I think they're lower level, and just get it out of the way, but the Necro knows what he's doing, and I should have I wish I had hit Mez there instead of direct damage. So I finally get my pet under control. And by that time, look at Trey's health. Oh, my pet broke again. It's just not a good. He just keeps breaking. Alright, got him back again. My mana is super low. Have him attack the fungus. Which I don't know if that was a good move or not, because I think he had him rooted there and probably dotted. Sometimes that's how we were doing it. Like, if I was out of mana, a lot of us were low on health. Sometimes the Necro would just root rot it while we sat there and watched. Like right here, watch. I start to cast root, I'm like, no, I mean, his root is better than mine. Mortuary fungus and a dark terror. So got the pet on the fungus. I felt like I did bad in this I did bad in this fight. Like I should have backed my pet off and mez the fungus, but I kept having my pet fight the fungus. I don't even know how much health the fungus has right now. The dark terror, he's root rotting. But everything went good except for that. This fight right here. And I caught it on video. Pretty much. I think we had like one other situation like this where we had to like root rot something. There we go again. Pet breaking again. You just look at my HP. Look at my freaking... I have nothing. I can't even charm now. So I root my pet. We got 3 things. I have nothing. I think there's a dark terror behind me too. And I just dinged like the fight before this. So I was super nervous. Like, oh, here we go. I'm gonna lose my level. But there goes the freaking mortuary fungus. Goes down. I think he charmed the barbed bone skeleton. Because I told him I was out of mana. Yeah, he did. You can see it right there. Charm on a barbed bone skeleton. So now Trey's shooting the Dark Terror with his bow and arrows. Probably a good move as it gets root rotted. Paralyzing Earth, I'm sure. Well, I don't know. I forget when you get that. I was going to ask him, but I didn't want to be... He's low on mana. I'm out of mana. He sends his pet in. I said, always weird problems around leveling for me, LOL. It turns out okay, as you can see. We kind of got it under control now, but it was crazy there for a second. We had 3 things, and my pet just kept breaking and breaking and breaking and breaking. It's like the pet knew that I had just leveled or something. He's like, nah, no you don't. You're not going to level. Screw you. But I did a community tab post where I asked y'all what you wanted to see, and only like 3 people responded, which is pretty crazy. It kind of goes along with everything else, though, these days, like the vibe. But, I think what I'm going to do, maybe take my Necro and go explore some dungeons that I've never seen before. And maybe more dad camps. Like, I like doing stuff like this. I just want to catch stuff on video. That's my goal. I'm never trying to do the same thing over and over and over on video and expect y'all to watch. Like, I have empathy. Yeah, I do have empathy. I'm not a person that's, like, super selfish and expects everybody to just watch everything I put out. Like, I get it. Like, if I put the same camp out over and over and over and over, I myself, like, I gotta put myself in your shoes. I would not watch that either. So, but this is the basement of Unrest at the proper level, not my 60 Necro running through the basement. At my proper level, we're fighting in the basement. Pretty much, we're even, like, under-leveled. So I thought this was okay to put out. But Necro, maybe exploring Valius. Necro maybe going to dungeons I haven't seen in a long time or haven't been in ever, like maybe Permafrost, maybe Split Paw, maybe, you know, Howling Stones and Shardock and Valius dungeons and, you know, I can't even think of Runny Eye. I haven't been, you know, like just anything. Anything I haven't been to. And I'll try to do higher level ones. I'll probably run through a bunch of them, but maybe I'll let my Enchanter run through the lower level ones, and I'll have my Necro run through the higher level ones or something like that. So that's what I'm thinking. Let's crawl some dungeons with my Necro, and maybe Valius. That'd probably get everything picked back up a little bit, and then maybe take my Enchanter. I just don't know where to go. Like, where could somebody let me know in the comments? Like, where could I take this Enchanter who's level 29 and crawl a dungeon that's appropriate level? Like, I don't want anything in there being super high level that I would just run up against a wall. So the dungeon would have to be 20s. I wouldn't want to see anything in the 30s unless it's just like one or two things that I just wouldn't go kill. But I would love to crawl a dungeon with my Enchanter. It's just like we haven't made it there yet. We got to make it through these growing pains first. We got to make it through these 30s. So I hear like the Enchanter doesn't even hit its stride until like 35ish. Like these are painful levels right now to get through. Because it's just not, your charm sticks better, you get better spells. Finally got clarity. Like 29 is like the bare minimum I feel on Enchanter to even try to do anything. But yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Something like that. Crawl through lower level dungeons with my Enchanter, crawl through higher level dungeons with my Necro. See places I haven't seen before, haven't done before. Valius definitely way up on my list because I know, if anything, everybody's seen the classic stuff. I've shown pretty much all of Kunark. The only thing left is Valius. And I was kind of trying to avoid it a little bit because I know it's like the last thing. But it's like, now or never, I guess, before, I don't want to like not do it. So I can't just like put it off forever because, one of these days we won't be doing this anymore, so I got to get it done eventually. So I might as well be now. Let's go to Valius with the Necro and see what we can see. And I'm not even gonna really care about faction. I don't think I'm just gonna just kill everything and just run through there. I mean, I'm within reason. Um, maybe like pick a side and do some stuff and then whatever. I don't even know how it really works. I'm not a Valius kind of guy. I quit before, like as Valius was coming out, that's when I stopped playing the game. I don't even remember if I got it. I think I got it and then I quit like very shortly after. It was just like the age I was. I was more into like girls and going out and doing, just happened to be at the same time. So did not really get to do any kind of Valius, barely at all. I don't even think I ever went to Valius. I think I bought the expansion and I just kept playing in Kunark and Classic for like a month, and then I was out of. I wasn't even playing the game anymore. You don't like immediately stop playing. Like probably played every day at a certain point. I probably played every weekend, and then I probably played once a week, and then I probably played once a month, and then all of a sudden I'm not playing anymore, type of thing. But that maybe we go back and try the Bard or the Wizard. I don't know. I think that we just had a little lull. Me switching the channel around, me doing the pond a couple times in a row, and like outside of Mistmore a couple, like I know Mistmore is like all over YouTube, so Unrest is as well, but I had just never experienced it, so this was kind of for me. And when you do things for yourself, this is the result you get. You gotta do things, keeping in mind other people and what they really want to see. We're kind of just hanging out by this lava pit. Up ahead would be the dwarven ghost guy. He drops the jagged band and like the dwarven work boots. I forget his name exactly, but he's similar to the one in the main room. The ghost, like the dwarf ghost. He's similar to him, but just way harder. And he's like a rare spawn back in the like back right corner after you go through that lava. You go through the lava, then there's like a bridge, and then it takes a right, and there's a room over there. You have to like make a little jump, and he's in that room. He's like a rare spawn for that room. Or there's like a false wall, another false wall you can go through, and it'll take you just straight there without any jumps or bridges. Giving me pages. People always give me pages. I need to start doing some research. It's another thing. There's so many things I need to do. But I only play the game like once a week, so. During this play session, I was mostly worried about getting clarity, getting my level. I think we're going to see some more exciting things going forward. There's not much else left as far as Unrest and Mistborn. I kind of want to record the fireplace. I do. And I know that's detrimental. And probably not going to get a ton. Yeah, but I just want to get it out of the way. Get it done, get it out of the way. Then we're done with Unrest. We did the basement. We did the fireplace. We did the main room. We did the gazebo. We did all the yards. That's pretty much it. Maybe Hag Tower. I think that'd be the last thing. Maybe some dad camp on the roof. Like, there might be like 3 more videos in Unrest. I'll just try to spread it out and go back and forth, do different things. So I'm not like bombarding you with the same place back to back to back to back. I mean, this is as deep and as dark as you can get in Unrest. This is the highest level camp. There's not much higher you can go. The main boss of the whole place is the ghost, the dwarf ghost. I wonder if I got that on video, because we did do like half off video, and then I started recording. I was like, hey, I might as well be recording this. I'm about to ding. I just fired it up. But yeah, we're kind of just following the Necro's lead. Whatever he says goes. If he says move, we move. If he says do this, we do this. If he says attack that, we attack that. Because if it wasn't for him, we would not be, I think he brought that for me to charm. Stunned it. Tosh it. And charm it. It's kind of just so I can get my Tosh in without getting beat on. I think I'm supposed to mez, technically. I think I'm supposed to mez. If you're going to do, like, the full recharm. I think it's, like, pull with Tosh, stun, mez, charm. Because I think your mez is slightly faster than your charm. And the mez will buy you a ton of time to charm. Then it's just like your pet standing there doing nothing until your mez wears off. That's the part. Sometimes I want my pet and I want it now, so we can start fighting. So it's not always the right... I don't think that's always the right answer. I was reading some more guides on Enchanter, too. Bunch of guides. I, like, read all of them. So, all the wiki guides that Enchanter wiki guides, I read every single one of them now. I don't know exactly what I learned. Keeping your pet, like, if you have a pet and you want to, like, it's low on health and you want it to get its health back, you just use memory blur. Like, you, root it, or, you know, I guess you would have to break it first. You pacify, like, you lull your pet. And I think it works even if it's your pet. And then you break it, right? And then it's pacified, so it's not going to come rushing at you. And then you root it. And then you mez it, and then you charm it, or something like that. And then it can get, not charm it, I mean you mez it, and then it gets all of its health back. It's not your pet. Then you charm it after it gets all its health back. Or use memory blur or something. I don't know, y'all. It's something. I gotta reread that. I should probably know what I'm talking about before I start talking about it. I don't even know if you have to memory blur is what I'm saying. But I think that is one of the ways you can. Definitely involves rooting, memory blurring. So you might, I guess pacify. They say you don't have to. Let's just, you could pacify, break, root. I guess mez and then memory blur, something like that, or maybe just memory blur. I think you can just memory blur because then you can move around and see if the enemy's trying to like go back or if it's looking at you like mean. You know. Anyway, I'm gonna have to try it and I'll let y'all know. That would involve me wanting to keep the same pet as I crawl through a dungeon or something. A lot of the time, enchanters want to kill two things at once. So they want to get one enemy that's the same level and strength as another enemy. They want to charm one of them, root the other, have them fight each other, get them both down to like barely any HP, break your pet, you know, kill the one, root the other, kill them both. Get experience for both of them. There's another way if you find a pet you really like and you give it cool weapons. You give it like a no-hide lariat and a bunch of negative magic resistance equipment, and it's just a really good one that's like backstabbing or something, and you just want to keep it, then there are ways to like for it to get its health back and stuff. And for you to get the kill too, like you can unpet it before it kills. Like it takes some doing. You know, the one thing's rooted. Maybe you back your pet off, you tell it to guard or something, and then you, like, unpet it, you know, in a smart way to where it's not attacking you. And then you get the kill on the other thing, and then you repet it. Stuff like that. You can do things. Maybe you memory blur the freaking enemy, and now it forgets that the pet just did a bunch of damage to it. It's something like that. I'm going to have to figure it out and mess with it. Maybe I'll read them all again. That's something I would do. Read all the Enchanter, guides on the wiki and then just read them again. So I think a repetition helps. Just trying the stuff is going to help too. I haven't got to try. I just been pets in groups lately, so I'm just charming, recharming, recharming. If it dies, it dies. Like, we'll kill it, we'll get experience. So I just been using whatever pet I can. And it's adding tons of damage to the group, and then when it's really close to dying, I'll just unpet it and we kill it. It's not as that complicated. This is probably the easiest way to get it. If you're an enchanter and you want to start charming and stuff, there's a couple ways you can do it, but I think being in a really nice group that's just killing it is the best way, because you can just sit there and deal with your pet while everything else is going on. Of course, you give out breeze and clarity and speed and stuff, but when you're not doing that, what else are you going to be doing? You might as well, I mean, of course you mez, right? But if you're in like a super awesome group and they're doing single pulls, that's like the best time. They got a monk or something and they're just crushing it, and there's nothing to mez. I, I would tell you to charm something and practice it. They will like it. It'll help the group anyway. Like the pet is going to do amazing damage, and you're going to learn how to do charm. It's like the best time ever, I swear. I've learned charming so much just by being in groups. It's way easier than going out by yourself and trying to figure it out on your own. But that's another way you could do it. You go to a lower level camp. You go like, I don't know. It's got to be like, I don't know. Let's say, I'm trying to think. In Akanon, like in Steamfight, you remember those gnolls I fought? I was like level 5 or 8 or something. You go to that camp and you just like start mezzing stuff and charming stuff and keeping one as your pet, and then you just have them fight each other and you just learn all the spells on like a green camp that you're not gonna die. That, or they said, like I was reading the wiki, of course, this isn't my idea. They said go grab a pet and sit in the tunnel in EC and just like keep recharming that pet and see how long you can do it. Like see if you run out of mana or what. Charm something, maybe it's low level at first and easy, and just see how long you can keep it charmed and recharm it and like practice recharming it and stuff. You don't like fight stuff with it, you just like, you're sitting there in the tunnel, you're like maybe auctioning stuff off, maybe you're looking for something, or maybe you're just sitting there practicing. Just charm a snake or something and practice, like every time it breaks, practice your routine of recharming it. And then see how long you can keep that up without running out of mana. And then once you're doing that and you're like doing it forever and you're never going to run out of mana, go get something a little bit higher level. Go grab yourself a higher level orc or skeleton or something, or a water elemental or ghoul or something out there that's higher level, and then try with that thing. Keep moving it up. I need to do that. I should take my own advice. I should go sit in, like, I don't know where. Ocean of Tears or something, and I guess that'd be a terrible idea. Maybe like the over there. Should probably go to over there and just charm stuff near the zone line and just see how long I can keep it charmed and practice my routine of recharming, and maybe even like nuke them down and then like practice like them getting their HP back and stuff. You can practice that stuff. You don't have to like always be in an active group getting experience and like in dangerous situations. You could go sit by his own line, go grab something, and just practice things. Practice recharming. Practice get the pet getting its HP back by memory blurring or whatever you're gonna do to get its. Yeah. I need to do this, but maybe someone out there hearing that will have learned something too. There's not much stuff. I was gonna skip through this and make it a shorter video, but there's not too much to skip through. There's lots of action going on. We got a tentacle terror here. The Necro is very low on health, but that doesn't really mean too much when it's a Necro, because he probably is just trading his HP for mana. Of course, you don't want to see him down under like 20%, but when they're at 40, you shouldn't really worry about it. Needs to do some Vexing Mordania, maybe. It looks like he's doing it right now. That's good. I didn't even mention to this guy that I have a Necro, either. He was doing fine. I was more worried about myself and what I was doing than what he was doing. Trey, like always, doing great. Shooting his bow, smacking him with the sword, healing himself, doing his thing, contributing. I think like at 30 something he gets freaking so. I can't wait. We got clarity, we got speed, and we're about to have freaking so. Can't wait. Then we'll go more places, I promise. We'll go more places if we always have so. And then all it takes is, hey, man, hit me with so before I camp out. And then, you know, by next Sunday, let's be at this place. You know, even if we have to get ports, it's easier to run to like a druid circle. Like so is always so much better. That's why on my I did a video about like the easiest starting classes, I think. I put a lot of weight into mobility. I feel like if you just start this game and it's your first time ever playing this game, it's your first character ever, that's one thing you're going to notice is like, and it's one thing that can make you mad, and I just feel like it does matter more than people think. If you've been playing this game for 20 years and you've done 50 different characters, of course you don't really care that much. But if it's your very first experience on the game and your very first character and someone's trying to tell you like what class you should play, that was the whole point of the video. People even said like you put too much emphasis on mobility and stuff like that. Well, you know, it is a pretty important thing for a brand new player when they can't get around and they're running super slow and they get bored and then they stop playing. You know what I mean? So I put a lot of weight on like, hey, you should probably be a druid. You can like port people and get lots of plat, and then you always got and you can go see the whole world and you can experience a bunch of stuff. You're a healer and you can solo. Like I thought a druid was like a really good first character. I don't know what else I mentioned, but yeah, druid was one of them. Druid for sure, getting around. Necro, I always recommend Necro just because it's awesome. Yeah, I wonder if we're gonna see this thing. I don't know if we see it or not. Everybody dinged. That's good. Iguandi dinged. Shout out to Iguandi, by the way. Iguandi. He's a iguana. Ooh, I got a freaking whip. I love that. I love giving my pet one of those tentacle whips. Dang, I guess we don't get to see the freaking ghost. We did get it, though. Trey got the jagged band. We didn't get the boots, but he got the jagged band. No one else needed it, and he did need it, so why not give it to him? And, man, I thought I got that on video. That sucks. Well, at least I got the ding on video. Now we're kind of just fighting our way out. We're just going to kill everything on our way out. He just petted that, skeleton. This is the spot where you would sit. That's where I've seen people sit, anyway. I've only done the basement, like, twice. One time on my 60 necro, and this time. But I've been down here and watched other people do it, and they usually sit, like, right here-ish, right? There's nothing really in that hallway. I don't think anything paths. So I think, like, sitting in the hallway or near that hallway, like, the front hallway, that gets you out of the basement. So I charmed the, well, I toshed it, then I stunned it, and then I charmed it. I mean, that's the way... Look at that, the charm went off before he even came back from being stunned. Sending my pet in. Pretty much charmed that guy. I think I just charmed that pet just to, like, do one punch. Guess we'll see. Maybe there's a couple more we gotta fight up ahead. If not, though, I charmed that pet just to punch one thing. Oh, yeah, it's all clear. I didn't even realize that when I did it. That's funny. Sometimes there's mobs right here. I guess people are pulling them. Yeah, let's kill my pet. He said, want to kill your pet? I said, sure. And I already have IVU up because I knew we were leaving, so I just IVU. Oh, somebody else is going by. Invisibility versus undead. Stun. Boom, and then I back out of there. Let them take it. Ooh, it looks like his pet broke at the same time, huh? I did not notice that either. But I think this is like the last fight. You know, we kill our pets. And that's it. He said, typical. My pet breaks as soon as yours does. Yep. Seems like that always happens. Pets love to break at the worst time. You just dinged or you have no mana. You all know how that goes. If you ever played an Enchanter or a Necro or Bard or anything. I don't know how it works with Bards, actually. A Druid. One last thing to kill. We got this Greater Dark Bone. And yeah, that's really it. All we do is we leave. And if you want to see the way to get down here, just go check out my Necro video where I go over everything. I look at the Hag Tower, the hand, the basement, the fireplace, main room. I go over like the whole zone on my Necro. If you want to see more of Unrest. But yeah, that's it for now. That was the basement. That was Ding 29. We now have Clarity and Augmentation. I got to go get the rest of my spells, and that's what I'll be doing this week, is going to go get the rest of my spells in Felwith or something. And then after that, what are we going to put out for our next video? I had no idea what I was going to put out for this one, and I really still have no idea what I'm going to put out for the next one. We'll do our play session on a Sunday, and if anything cool happens, I'll record that. But if not, I'll jump on my Necro. I'll try to get to somewhere interesting. Or if all else fails, you may see Flute Man, the Bard, or my Wizard. Leveling the low levels that you guys, got second and third place. So I'll see you then. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe, consider joining. Especially subscribe, dude. If you made it this far, please hit that subscribe. I need y'all EverQuest to freaking subscribe. Like, I'm having trouble lately. I'm kind of stuck. I'm not like, I'm just stuck. I'm like freaking doggy paddling it. So I'd love to make it to 8K subscribers, but we've been stuck for a while, and I'd really appreciate it. I think this is where I would get subscribers from. There's like a ceiling with Gems of War. If you guys would just subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. And thank you so much if you do that. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.